Hello everyone, it's me Doomlink and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. It is the 101st part, which is nice. It's nice to be in triple digits finally. But yeah, I'm going to refresh my playback. Included in that will be my chat, and then I will be ready to monitor that and begin the recording. No specific plans today, as one would expect, given the nature of this series. It is a live version of Random Hunts. So, there you go. Hello, Takashi. Bring the old chat over. There we go. I explain what I do, not for your benefit, but rather to talk for the sake of talking. Anyway, I, again, don't really know what's happening, so I don't know who would be playing with me, but what I can do is find a room that's, you know, not terrible, and have that serve as a warm-up. That should be fine. As per usual, Twitch is displaying as unstable, which has nothing to do with me and everything to do with Twitch, because it fixes itself after a period of time. So if A, I'm streaming at a bitrate that is not above their maximum, and B, it's something that resolves itself, it's Twitch being shit. So yeah, I've got no idea if that affects people's ability to watch the live stream for the first minute or two, or if it's just, you know, Twitch displaying something that is ultimately inconsequential to the viewing experience. But either way, yeah, that's no problem, Vernon. Are you ready to play right now, Autonomic? Otherwise, I can join a room and do a hunt in the meantime. I'd just like to know. And the answer is, it doesn't matter, in other words. Whether you can play right now or can't, I will not mind. I just need to know, so that I may get started. Crickets so far. Hey Alexian, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a little while, or it feels like it's been a little while anyway. Well, I'll join a room then. You're coming, okay. Well, I can try to find a room that has space for two people. Let's see if that works at all. We haven't had much success in the past of joining a room with space for two people and then having both myself and the other person who I want to join get into the room. Usually that space is taken by the time they are ready to join. We will see what happens. The room is, well, to my understanding, a room without an objective. Let's have a look and see. There probably is an objective, you know, I just can't read it. Or it could be the standard, message. Not exactly what I wanted to do. What's this guy's loadout looking like? Well, here's hoping he knows how to use his, I guess, loadout, or... Oh, there you go, there's another cosmic ticket. Now, here's the funny thing. I had theorized that if you reached maximum unity, you could not get any more cosmic tickets. And the question becomes, why is there, you know, a fraction here? Why is there like a number that we reach as a goal, and then it doesn't seem to actually affect anything? Maybe it does affect something and I just don't know what it is, but it seems really bizarre to me for there to be a goal, but it doesn't actually relate in any way to the acquisition of things like cosmic tickets. The reason why I say that is because getting cosmic tickets is possible through hunting with people who you have a guild card of, and they have your guild card as well. And that is also related to Unity. So I assumed that those things were one and the same. In other words, they had a symbiotic relationship, but they don't, clearly, because I'm at maximum unity and I'm still getting these tickets, so I don't get it. I'm sure someone knows, but clearly I'm not that person who knows. So, yeah. I don't really understand what unity even is. It just seems like this thing that I was looking to reach the maximum number of, and then ultimately, once I reached that maximum number, it didn't mean anything. Who knows? I'll bring Insect Glaive for a change. I can't remember the last time I used an Insect Glaive on a double. Well, I suppose it would have been in 4 Ultimate. But, yeah. What would I like to bring? Would it be Thunder or Dragon, preferably? I could alternatively bring the Ruiner Glaive. I've got a few options. I could actually go paralysis. What's everyone using today? Raw, raw, raw. So, yeah, paralysis. How about paralysis? Could be fun. Well, Vernon has finally acquired a chair, which is good. Now he won't have to, I suppose, lie like a Roman emperor on his bed or something while recording. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Bird Up Bro. It's a very interesting name. I have to apologise to the room, not that any of them will hear my apology except for Autonomic, for taking so damn long to get ready. But I'm looking for exchange. There it is. I'm not going to risk it. I will use a gourmet voucher because that's 3 skills that I can possibly acquire. I wouldn't trust the chef being fired up to give me 3 skills. That's not a good idea. Don't trust the chef too much. That's what I've learned in my time in playing this game. This is not a friends-only hunt thing. Autonomic is the only person in this room who's watching me right now. I do sometimes play with only viewers, but I don't decide that before recording, and I don't establish that at the beginning. What dictates that is the number of people watching me who want to play it. And under those circumstances, I won't, rotate them out for some random person. So, yeah. I will have someone else joining me within the next 10 minutes, so that will leave 2 spots open for viewers to play if they would like to. But that would require the creation of a new room. So I'm happy to do that, but obviously that can't be done while I'm here in this quest anyway, so there you go. Well, you can play Bird Up Bro. But you'll have to wait a little bit. And for the red. Go for a mount for a change. Well, I probably shouldn't do it until this other guy's here, but I think he's about to enter the area, so he'll be here by the time I've downed the monster. But having said that, given that it is not Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, it's going to take a few attacks to get a successful mount. There we go. This guy should be coming in very soon. I will try to hold Devil Joe in place. What is he doing? What is he actually doing? Okay, he is here now. I'm just going to... It should be fine to drop him now. Even if I wanted to hold Devil Joe in place, the gunners would have just... I suppose... I don't even know how to explain that. They would have increased the bar. Okay, how about we'll say they would have completed the mount on their own by assisting with their shots. How about that? Couldn't really think of a way to explain that. Hopefully we get a paralysis in the trap. That would be really appropriate, wouldn't it? That'd be incredibly helpful. Oh, we just missed the trap, unfortunately. I can only blame myself for that. I will be honest. I can only blame myself. The stationary X attack combo is very good for hitting the weak point here on the Devil Joe because it has some verticality to it. In other words, it is aiming up, is what I mean by that. Not verticality in the sense of, performing a pole vault, but verticality in the sense that it can attack upwards. Thank you for the clarification, Doomlink. I have to be the one thanking myself because no one else will, you see. Which comes with a bit of humour and irony, all on its own. Why am I bothering to do this? I mean, this is good motion value. I will say that aerial attacks have good motion value, however, I don't think I really want to do that. Because it doesn't lead into a full combo, you see. I do realise my sharpness leaves a little bit to be desired right now. This weapon is the Stratosphere Glaive. I don't know if it is crafted from a specific monster's materials. It's likely a mix of monsters, likely including Najarala. Or it could just be a straight up Najarada insect glaive. I actually don't know. I don't remember. I made this a little while ago. But, and when I say a little while ago, I mean a long time ago. So, there you go. I don't know how many paralysis effects, or, you know, how many times I will be able to apply paralysis to this monster, but I can do what I... Oh, that's not good. He moved in a way that confused me. And all of a sudden, I was in the line of fire. I don't like that attack. I've never liked it. Never have, never will, and quite frankly, I don't like that they added it. See, the first time that I exited here, it was unintentional. The second time also happened to be unintentional, but the second time was maybe a little more helpful because I needed to consume a nullberry anyway. Also, hello, Juvenator. What armor should you farm for Astalos or Gore Magala? I don't know if you would need a specific armor set to fight those monsters in particular, but I would recommend, elementally speaking, something that has good thunder resistance for Astalos, I suppose, but either way, I mean, I wouldn't really recommend something specific. What I would recommend is not an armor set for a monster, but rather an armor set for a style of play that you feel would be appropriate for fighting the monster with. So, yeah, I mean, not necessarily a dumb question, but definitely a question that I wouldn't answer in the way that you would hope, I don't think, because there is no real answer to that. You can, if you want, make an armor set for a specific monster. The only scenario that I can recall where that was ever done in the series was with the second generation Elder Dragons. I believe that each Elder Dragon's armor set, so the three Elder Dragons, Teostra, Kushala and Chameleos, each had armor sets that would work very well against one of the other Elder Dragons. One of the other three. And it was quite nice in that way. That was very good, actually. We got a lot done there in terms of damage. I'm quite happy with this this team's work. It definitely surpassed my expectations, but yeah, you generally don't make an armor set for a specific monster, that's what I'm saying. You can do that if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, good timing for a paralysis. We might be able to kill him here. Nice work, guys. That was really well done. I was not expecting that from a random group. Now, Autonomic is not a random person in this group, but for the most part I would say it's a random group, you know. Half of it is consisting of people I don't know, so yeah, that was impressive. I was not expecting such an easy run. You can freak out if you'd like, Bird Up Bro, but you have to realize that I'm both playing the game and trying to read the chat. If I have misunderstood something you've said, you spamming in the chat and freaking out is not really going to do anyone any favors. So let me try to work out what you did mean. Which armor set should I put the effort to make Gore? Oh, I see. So it's a question of whether you want to, or whether you should make Gore Magala or Astalos armor. I would suggest that both probably aren't that good. So there you go. There's your other answer to your question. If it was a situation where you had to make one of the two, I still wouldn't even know how to answer. I'd recommend against making single armor sets. If you really want to make single armor sets, like as in a full set of armor as opposed to a mixed armor set, make Adulkar like everyone else does. Mixed armor sets are always the best way to go about things, particularly in a game like this where there are so many armor pieces that your choices, your options for mixed armor is just incredible, you know, better than it ever has been in the series, and yeah. But definitely Shogun Cianator would be an example of a decent armor set. Also, hello Blue Barn. Good to see you again. I will make a room because I think... Actually, Vernon, are you ready to play yet? You are ready to play. No paralysis today, he says. That's always reassuring. But yeah, I was really impressed with that group. They actually did really well in that hunt. I don't think we had a single death, and the hunt was over and done with in approximately 7 minutes. So I didn't actually check, I should have checked, but it felt like about a 7-minute hunt. For a Hyper Devil Joe, that was pretty good. So there you go. I guess I'll just go with the typical naming. That will be G rank. And so far we have all slots populated. We have myself, Vernon, Autonomic, and Bird Up Bro. So there you go. I can set the HR minimum to 13. Not that it is really important. Actually, did I apply that filter? I don't know. Not too sure. Not that you'd really call that a filter. Either way, as far as getting into this room, Bird Up Bro, just search for my hub. It's called G rank. Search for HR minimum 13. It's not applied. Let's apply that. If you still can't find it, then input the Hunter's Hub ID. I would suggest that just searching it normally would get you in here fast, because there aren't too many rooms at the moment. Oh, never mind, Juvenator took the space. I'm sorry, Juvenator, I don't intend to... be discourteous to you. But you have to understand that, Bird Up Bro took your spot before you had arrived. I'm sorry about that. But I will bring you in later. Unless Bird Up Bro really is quite comfortable in the room and chooses not to leave. So again, what I recommended for you to do is to just search for my room in the server list, or rather in the server normally. You've got the ID right there. If you really want to put that in, it's going to take longer to put it in, but again, just look for G rank and then search for rooms that have limited the HR to 13. Vernon just put it on the screen if you really want to put that in. As I said, it should be faster to just search for rooms, purely because there aren't too many people playing these days. I'm going to pre-eat for Exchanger, there you go. And, yeah, we'll have to see what's happening. I suppose, well, when I say see what's happening, I mean we'll have to see what the next quest will be. Or perhaps we could say what the first quest will be, seeing as though this is a new session. Autonomic, you can post first, seeing as though you're the first one in. We'll see what we've got on the board. Alright, so this is the person. You've got full dragon, as in full Black Fatalis. I would strongly recommend against making a full armor set that's not Atalcar or a mixed set. Or rather not making a mixed set. So, you've already got a set that is doing the work as far as defense is concerned for this point in the game. So now you need to be focused on armor skills, and I would not recommend, you know, Astalos or Gormagala in full. If you want to make full armor sets, your choices are Deviant armor sets or Atalcar, as far as I'm concerned. There are some that don't. There are some full armor sets that are actually okay, but that don't fit into those two categories, but off the top of my head I can't think of what they are. We're going to do the Carcos, apparently. The only reason why I wouldn't have you set up the first quest, Vernon, is because, well, unless we do it in descending order. Starting with you and then going to Autonomic. Well, Autonomic's already posted, whatever. I don't know why you wanted to post the first one, Vernon, but unless you have limited time to play, if that was the reason why, then that would make sense, but... yeah. I will set up for Nakarkos for now. And... yeah. As far as what I should use, I don't know. I Don't know what would be fun against Nikakos. I don't find Nikakos to be that fun of a fight. I guess I would use Gunlance because that's... Oh yeah, Blunt Gunlance. I don't think I've made any Blunt Gunlances yet, have I? I might have made one, but... Let's see if I've made any. No, I don't think so. It's not looking like it. Well, I've made the armor set for it anyway. Which is nice. You don't know how much time you have. Okay, Autonomic, would you allow Vernon to post first? You will have the next turn after that. It will go in descending order from Vernon, returning to me, but obviously skipping me, therefore Autonomic would be second, then Bunga would be third, and then it'll be a rotation of 3. Alright. So, let me just say, bird up, bro. Your priority couldn't be further from making an armor set right now. Your priority is to make a weapon. Absolutely make a weapon. The weapon that you have equipped right now is so inappropriate for G rank that I can scarcely find the words to describe it in a way that would adequately express my dismay. Like, 120 damage isn't really good enough for endgame high rank, much less G rank, and we're about to fight a G rank Elder Dragon, so you're welcome to be here, but just know you're not really contributing. So I'm really concerned that you were looking for another armor set, given that's what you've got here, so... Oh, Hyper Tigrex, that's right, sorry, I forgot we were doing your quest now, and Hyper Tigrex really is not much better than a G rank Elder Dragon in terms of the amount of damage required for a hunter to actually deal decent damage in a team scenario, teamwork environment. Okay, so I'm going to go Hunting Horn, and I will obviously use an Ogre Hunting Horn. Oh dear. Well, you see, this is the problem, Bird Up. You need to understand that you're going from a bad dragon weapon to a better dragon weapon, but not all monsters are weak to dragon. My recommendation, if you don't have a good G rank weapon yet, at Hunt rank 74, and I could be wrong, do you have... You're going to use Prowler now, are you? Do you have, like, a level appropriate G rank weapon at this Hunter rank? Because if you don't, then your priority would be to make a weapon that is effective in all hunts. In other words, a status or raw weapon, not a dragon weapon. Anyway. As far as... Oh yeah, that's right, I think I ate for Exchanger, didn't I? That's great. Well, as I said, raw or status, like that opens the door to an incredible number of options. If you want me to tell you what weapon you should make for Greatsword, you can make... Well, actually, my raw Greatsword wouldn't really be appropriate because that's an event Greatsword that takes a little bit of effort to make. Yeah, so Autonomic, don't recommend Toyohisa Sword. I don't really want to be doing an on-site items only Brachydios event quest. A Cantor for Raw is not a good recommendation. Guys, a Cantor's not a good recommendation for Raw because that's really only going to be best with, or that's really going to be viable with a blunt set and nothing else. Outside of that, look, just, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I couldn't say what exact weapon you should make, but you do have a list of weapons that can be forged, so I would recommend looking for, you know, a good Raw Greatsword. Tigrex is an option, for example. Naga Cougar is okay. I don't know. Yeah, Atulkar is what a lot of people go with. So, it's over to you. Again, I don't necessarily recommend people to use Atulkar stuff, but I do if they don't know what to make. If they actually don't know what to make, then Atulkar's just fine, because at least you'll be doing good damage. As opposed to low-rank dragon weapons. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a while for everyone else to come. That's one of the problems with the Snowy Mountains area. Now called the Arctic Ridge. You've already gone to your first acorn. But yeah. That was one of the problems in 2nd gen as well. It was the fact that it took so damn long to actually get to the top of the Snowy Mountains, which was where most of the fights took place, honestly. Ridiculous as it was. At least now you can move a bit faster, you can climb much faster, and there's a lot of climbing involved in getting to this point, so it's not too bad. But it's still noticeably worse than a lot of other... Actually, is this the correct way to play Attack Up Large with this horn? I don't think it is. It might be. Let's find out what this song is. We'll find out together, shall we? It is Attack Up. Can you leave me alone, Tigrex? I'm trying to play my music. And I think I have Melody Effects Extended, don't I? Actually, I have a... Where is it? It is Melody Effect, here we go. No, I just... Okay. I was quite incorrect about the horn that I had. I must be getting confused with the Glavenus horn or something like that. That would sound about right. Actually, I have high-grade earplugs. Why am I rolling away? Missing my recital damage, unfortunately, and he's just gone and interrupted my song. Thank you, Tigrex. That's very nice of you. Alright. As far as how long this will take, hopefully not too long. I'm boosting Vernon's damage and I'm trying to do what I can as far as getting damage out. Autonomic is using, is that Zenoga Longsword? I think it is. I didn't really get a good look at it. It is indeed the Zenoga Longsword. Rather than the design, I saw the colours of it. And that's what made me think it was Zenoga. Bird up, bro. This was the first game to have what you describe as layered armor. It's not quite the same as, you know, modern games, but like just an armor set that you have automatically that you can just put on. But armor transmog is something that you can do in this game. You forge an armor piece. In fact, it exists in a way that it doesn't exist in the future games here. You can literally have any armor piece that you have take the appearance of any other armor piece that you have forged, provided it is the same type of armor piece, and that it is something that can be worn by a Blade Master or Gunner. You know, like if you're a Blade Master, you can't equip Gunner armor for transmog, in other words, unless it's a helmet, of course, because it doesn't make a difference there. You can wear a Gunner or Blade Master helmet, regardless of your weapon choice. So yeah. Layered armor is a more simple version of what actually exists in this game, which is better than layered armor, but might take a little bit more time to make, for example. And that's quite alright. The damage that you want to aim for endgame high rank is sitting at about 200, and the damage for Endgame G rank is obviously at 300. And you were sitting at 185, which is beyond inappropriate for G rank, so... I regret that no one informed you of that prior to this point. But anyway. It's a very dangerous decision to play the song right in front of him like that. I would go so far as to say it was brazen, but I at least was able to play it once. I didn't get the encore, but it's good enough. Oops, wrong song. Or wrong note in that case. I'll be able to get that attack up song out. In fact, I will encore this for... God, this guy. This is the man of many names. Bird Up Bro. For his benefit, I will play it twice. Just saw a giant... Oh god, he's in a tank. I do forget the weirdness of Prowler sometimes. I actually hadn't seen the tank until, like, maybe 8 months ago was the first time I saw that tank. It was weird. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. You can see in this case, I was put in danger due to the terrain. Because Tigrex was running into the terrain, he was actually moving to the side rather than straight ahead in one direction. So I was at risk there. That's one thing that's quite annoying. I need to top up my hot drink soon. Also need to sharpen. I'm glad that spiked ball doesn't flinch me. Because I think it would have, had that been something it could do. Oh yeah, that's right, the Martyr. Forgot about that. My brain is currently in 2nd gen at the moment, so I was going to recommend either the King Atalat sword or the Shen Galden Greatsword, and then I realised, oh yeah, it's Generations Ultimate. I just haven't had to think about what the good weapons in Generations Ultimate are for so long, so I just couldn't really answer, but yeah, Martyr is my preference for, I think it's non-sharpness +1 greatsword, or I always say sharpness +1 instead of sharpness +2, because for the longest time there was no sharpness +2 in existence, but yeah, it does exist in this game, so if you ever wonder why I say sharpness +1 specifically instead of sharpness +2, it's for that reason. It's because I'm just used to sharpness +1 being the highest sharpness increase. Oh no. Barely escaped him there. I will get Sonic Smash out if I feel like I have an opportunity. This is about as good as it gets in terms of opportunities in this moment. Given that I am alone with the monster, I'm having an intimate moment with Tigrex. I haven't really been going for the head too aggressively, as you have been able to notice. I might go for it after... Oh, I thought he was going for a roar there. Never mind. I'll go for it now. If anything, for damage. Able to get this song out, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. I didn't get... Well, I got movement speed up, at least. That's a loud bird outside, do forgive that. The bird doesn't know that I'm recording. Had the bird been informed of the fact that I was live, maybe it would have tried to go about its bird communications in a slightly less disruptive manner. No. Alright. I do think we are close to killing him. I hope so, anyway. I need to get on my attack song here. And just in case someone didn't get the plus 15 before, I will recite all that. Now I'm going to move to the next area with my weapon out, because I have movement speed up. I'm actually not entirely sure where he went. I think he went this way, though. He might have gone close to camp, it's possible. His rotation does take him there sometimes, but yeah, I'm a little worried that's actually where he's gone. Let's find out. That is exactly where he went. Farcaster time. If you do hear a drill in the background, welcome to Bob the Builder. Enter Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder takes center stage quite oftentimes in my recordings. God, look how bright it is in this area in this game. It's not this bright in the older games. Tigrex is like shining, golden. I did say that he was close to death, but that would be under normal circumstances. I wouldn't quite call this normal. Ugh. Yeah, Bob stream. It's always a Bob stream. There's no such... Well, very occasionally I do record, and Bob has no real, I guess, sonic appearance. You wouldn't really call it a legitimate appearance. You can only hear him, you cannot see him. Can you stop flinching me with your movements? Good tail cut, by the way. I was too busy talking about Bob the Builder. Oh my god, why do you keep leaving? What is this? Second gen? It's like the full second gen experience. Tigrex, snowy mountains, keeps flying around. Yeah. Pretty much. He's gone back to the area we were just fighting him in. Annoying, to say the least. Maybe I shouldn't have used Hunting Horn, I don't know, I thought it would be good enough, but maybe not. Feels like the hunt's going a little too slow. Out of there, and smack him on the face. I'll get a super pound in after this roll. Sorry if I hit anyone. That's why I don't attack the face, or at the very least you can't be too greedy when attacking the face like I was being just then. There are ways to attack the face without being silly, and I started to get a little bit silly there. I don't know what I was hoping for, maybe, you know, a good flinch or a knockout or something like that. I won't be getting a KO anytime soon. I've not been consistent enough with my head attacks or my head impacts to achieve a KO. What the... No, Juvenator. That's such a silly question. What page is the Uroktor G-rank chest? The page that an armor piece appears on purely depends on what you personally have unlocked. There are so many armor pieces that only unlock when you've acquired certain event items, and yeah, so there's never a specific page that it... I mean, unless you were to say that it appears on X page when you have everything unlocked to forge, but that's likely not you, and it's definitely not me either, so... Yeah, that's like a really weird question to ask. Jeez, I didn't realize that they would have a closed tech demo. Well, yeah, closed tech demo. It wouldn't be an open tech demo. Tech demo is like pre-alpha, isn't it? Ow. Vernon's going for the capture. As much as I don't like that for hyper monsters, I think this quest, you know, is going to require that. Oh, he was killed anyway, there you go. I'm glad he was that close to being killed, that we succeeded in killing him. That's always good. Yeah, I somewhat regret using Hunting Horn there. I don't think I was boosting enough damage for that to work well. Again, your Hunting Horn is only as effective as the number of people in your group / the damage your group is dealing. And I don't know about that cat damage output, personally. You won't, bird up, bro. To make the Tigrex sword, we would have to dedicate, like, 40 minutes of time to make you that. Because you'd have to start from low rank, then high rank, then G rank, and we'd have to kill the necessary number of Tigrex monsters in each rank to get you what you needed. So there you go. Definitely the quest went on for longer because we did spend some time chasing this monster around. That is definitely part of the issue. Don't, I hate that shit. See, I've just replaced something and I don't know what. It's not, no. Fuck, I hate that. Now I have to work out what I'm missing. It's between paintball and trank bomb, what would that be? Fuck. There's nothing more annoying than having that happen. I don't know what it was. Oh, never mind. I think that's okay now. I thought something was replaced, but it wasn't. I think I was just missing a Farcaster. That's fine. That's good to hear, Vernon. Okay, now it's Nakako's time. But yeah, we'll do... What we're going to do for you, Bird Up Bro, is Atlkar. Because that will get you a great sword that works. Tigrex is not going to work in the context of us helping you. Because we'd have to, you know, do many quests for you and only for you. It just wouldn't work. Alright, so what would I like to use for this? I guess longsword, that's something a little different from usual. I guess dragon is fine too, yes. Fatalis longsword. Yes, the Vulk anus. That's exactly how you pronounce that. A bone to pick. So funny. Who came up with that quest name? A bone to pick. I wonder how bones relate to this monster. Might he be a carcass of some description? Undead monster. He's not really an undead monster. The closest thing to an undead monster would be Valhazarg. Gourmet voucher again, because I want that exchanger. Now I use longsword every now and again. Unless you mean seeing Guild Longsword is uncommon, which it is. It's always Valor Longsword these days in this game. Has been for basically the entirety of this game's lifespan, to be fair. Alright. I'm ready to go. Again, not a huge fan of Nakakos in general. I don't find it to be that fun of a hunt. I used to find enjoyment there, but shockingly I actually prefer Yamatsukami. And it's possible that people would look at that in the same way that I look at people who prefer Lao Shan Lung to Gen Moran. As possible. Like, and I see no logic in that. There are actual people who exist in this world who think Lao Shan Lung's better than Gen Moran. Not just the monster, but the hunt, everything. They think Lao is better. I can't comprehend that. And maybe some people would feel the same way about me preferring Yamatsukami to Nakakos, because at the end of the day, Nakakos is a more dynamic fight. But I don't know. I just don't like the Nakakos hunt. I'm not going in to attack the face because that's a lot of health lost. It would be good damage dealing though, that's for sure. Might get a hit or two in if I can. Yeah, I'm losing health without really dealing much damage because I'm being really stupid with what I'm doing. Whoops, I'm reading the chat instead of noticing that there is a blue geyser about to hit me. I'm not in a good position right now, I have to admit. That's what happens when you're not paying attention to the damn hunt. There are times when just, 3 seconds of your concentration being broken is enough to put you in a bad situation, and that's basically what happened there. Whereas other times you can stop paying attention for like 10 seconds and you'll be fine. It's just how it is. Alright, I have to be careful. I've lost a lot of health. No, that was not what I intended to do. Not even remotely was that what I intended to do. Alright, it's safe to attack the face now. Well, safer than it was. You never know, land compensation might have dealt the damage. That's what we can always hope for, isn't it? Oh, he's doing a follow-up. Whoops. I'm so used to gunning Nakakos that I am doing some pretty dumb stuff, but I'm not too concerned. That was supposed to be a Fade Slash into a Spirit combo, which was prevented from happening because I bounced. I'm going to use Unhinged Spirit on the weak point. Should be able to get all of this out. Maybe 2. Yeah, managed to get 2 out. Now it's time to aim for the tentacle again. Okay. At least now that I'm in red charge for my longsword, I should be doing pretty good damage. Before, I wasn't too happy with the damage I was dealing, mostly because of how I was performing personally, but now I'm getting some good damage out. I must have sharpened at some point. I can't still be on the same purple sharpness. That would be crazy if that were the case. I might have sharpened completely subconsciously. Oh, he's doing a charge. Vernon hadn't picked up on that. Of course you would turn like that. Even though I'm running out of red really fast with this longsword, it's technically better than it was in 4 Ultimate, because in 4 Ultimate, and in 4 no doubt, you were not able to actually recover your red charge level. It was on a timer, and when it ran out, I believe you went back down to no charge? I don't know if it went back down to white or yellow or no charge, to be completely honest with you. It's been a while since I was using longsword in 4 Ultimate, but it was something like that. At the very least, I can say with conviction and certainty that you were not able to get successful final spirit combo attacks out and then reset the timer on red in that game. And there were some people who really hated that. It never really affected me. I didn't care because in the end, it helped to balance longsword. Because longsword has always been disproportionately strong in hunts. And I felt that that was an appropriate way to balance it, but maybe some people complained. And Capcom just reset it to the way it was in 3rd generation, but with 4th gen movesets in Generations. So you know, the spirit combo out of the Fade Slash and all that. Blowhole time. Not really working. Probably the wrong blowhole. This is not the blowhole you were looking for. But I can try. It's probably the other one. He's looking pretty beat up, isn't he? Oh, I don't like this tentacle wiggling around all over the place. It's hard to hit consistently. Who would have thought? As much as I want to aim for that face, I think he's getting ready for a charging attack. Or a laser beam, one of the two. Usually when he's going to do a laser beam, you can see that that his crown will start to point upwards. Or his shell, whatever you want to call it. And colours begin to flow through it. So, usually you won't have to be on the receiving end of a totally untelegraphed laser beam. It is unhinged spirit time once again. Try longsword time. Sorry if I'm flinching you at all, Vernon. Doesn't seem like I am. Because he flinched me, I didn't take any damage from that, which was nice. So speaking of flinching, I can thank Vernon for the flinch. This is what I would call a conscious sharpening. You know, in 30 seconds I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my god, am I still on the same purple sharpness? So he should be getting close to a laser beam soon, I think. Yes, you can see the colours are flowing through his shell there. Is there such a thing as a good Fatalis weapon? Yes. All Fatalis weapons are good, but they only work well with one of two skills, either sharpness +2 or bludgeoner. And in the case of the bowguns, that's a little different, because they're obviously not in any way dictated by sharpness skills. In other words, there are a lot of good Fatalis weapons, so your insinuation that Fatalis weapons are bad is deeply flawed. Okay, I need to be very careful. I knew that was coming, and fortunately I was given the opportunity to dive there. Laser beam is coming shortly. Is the greatsword you have a Fatalis weapon? I didn't really see it, but if it's called the Black Blade, the answer is yes. It is a Fatalis weapon. I think I saw that it was the Black Blade. When his shell goes vertical, it means he's actually about to do it. Come on. He's just finding his target. Whenever you're ready, man. He's being real slow today. I don't think I've ever seen Nikakos hesitate to shoot. Wow. I've never seen him hesitate to shoot it for that long. At least I don't think so. This has been a bit of a long hunt, though. Probably because I'm not going Pierce Bowcar or something. Is he shooting another? Yeah, he's gonna shoot another. And there we go. And then the death beam. Yeah. As much as I'm not a huge fan of Nikakos, he does have one of the coolest deaths of any monster in the series. Well, no, I'd say that the Black Fatalis greatsword is not that great, but the White Fatalis greatsword is pretty good. And that one's definitely worth using, but again, with sharpness +2. Most certainly. Alright, Atulkar time. From one boring Elder Dragon to the next. I do prefer Nikakos to Atulkar. If that... if that gives you a clear indication of where I stand when it comes to, or where I feel Atulkar stands in relation to the Elder Dragons in the series. Alright. So, what would I like to use against Atulkar? Something that would make it fun. And as I've said time and time again, there is no such thing. There is no setup that would make the fight fun for me, but... do I have anything blunt that is also thunder? Yeah, let's go... Yep, I know what to do. We're going to use the old first gen Indra, which used to be called the Kirin Bolt Indora. now just called Indra. But having said that, the Kirin Bolt Indra from 1st gen was blue in colour, not orange like this, at least when fully upgraded. And I suppose the reason why is because that had Kirin stuff and this probably doesn't. But there might be a little bit of Kirin stuff here, but I don't remember that. Okay, I need to set my Hunter Arts here. Yeah, Adalkar is an Elder Dragon, and, well, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, people can say, well, why is an insect an Elder Dragon? Well, why is a fucking unicorn an Elder Dragon? That thing's been in the game since, like, 2005, so... No. Yeah? Yeah. 2004, 2005, something like that. But anyway, point is that they long since departed from the strict dragon definition of Elder Dragon. I'm wrong. Is Atulkar not an Elder Dragon? I was under the impression that to have a question mark icon... Well, no, that's true. Akantor and Ukanlos had question mark icons and they're not Elder Dragons. Gormagala is not classed as an Elder Dragon because he is the non-Elder Dragon form of Shagaru. Shagaru is the Elder Dragon version of Gore, so there you go. Well, I could be wrong about Adalkar being an Elder Dragon, and if so, then I guess that's a good thing. It means that that's one less crap Elder Dragon in the world. No, I don't think I can locate Exchanger, so I'll go for attack up. Well, I did locate Exchanger, but I didn't want to get it with Unlucky Cat, but I suppose I can get it with Unlucky Cat. I can live with that. Fucking Unlucky Cat. Alrighty. But it makes sense that there would be a giant Neoterran. Or Neopteran. I've always said Neoterran because I find the P to be dumb. The same way that I just call the insects Nahabra instead of Nahabra or whatever the fuck. Because I consider it a silent letter. If it's dumb for it to be pronounced, then I'll consider it a silent letter. So, a giant Neoterran makes sense because you have monsters such as Shen Galvan, which is, you know, a giant Carapacian. And, yeah, I guess that's the logic behind it. There are always giant variants of certain monsters, and Adalkar didn't appear until 4th gen. Yeah, we are blunt bros, you're right about that. Hopefully Unlucky Cat doesn't smack me too hard. But yeah, I still haven't actually worked on all of those blunt weapons. I had a period of time where I worked on a whole number of blunt weapons, and then I just haven't worked on them since. I don't know when I'll work on more. I just haven't been in the mood to play Monster Hunter in my own time, really. That's what it comes down to. Are we gonna depart, or what? Have you forgotten that you're the one who's hosting? Jeez. I'm not doing too well on the stamina front. Hope you guys will forgive me. I'm going to take 2 stacks of rations, and in return I will take nothing else from the box. This is to save me from using one of my Mega Dash juices for that situation. Yeah, Sword and Shield on Adulkar is something I haven't done in a while. This is going to have it be a slightly less painful experience, I will admit. And now it's time for defense down. There's nothing more annoying than being thrown so far from the fucking monster. I don't really have the patience to watch my character get flung so far and then have to take the time to go all the way back to the monster. It's bloody boring. I suppose the solution would be not to get hit, wouldn't it? That's a fair comment. Oh. I don't know if it's worth aiming for the abdomen there. And it might be. I don't need iridescent carapace, but someone might. I'm tempted to go for damage rather than aiming for that thing. Trying to get in position for the head, there you go. Should check my stats. 409 attack with 30 element. Very nice. I know you're going off there to summon your Gundam, as has been rather adequately mentioned, or appropriately mentioned. Alright, we'll go for the one on our left side. I wasn't going to take any chances. I didn't want to get hit by that, so I just whipped out the shield for good measure. I think Vernon got thrown off there, unfortunately. Can't fucking see anything. And now it's my turn to get thrown off. I will make use of Chaos Oil momentarily. Well, can I get up here in time? Am I able to do that? Please, just fucking go up there. No, of course not. Well, it's alright. I suppose I'm in a good enough position to attack the weak point up here. I'll make use of Chaos Oil now. Oh, Vernon's trying to put down these anti-dragon bombs. Don't worry about putting them here, Vernon. There's no need to put them right here. You can put them on the back when we go up next time. Because you would have been able to get more damage out just by attacking, instead of putting down the bombs and getting flinched by us. It's too tight in there to put down the bombs. I might aim for the abdomen this time. Wouldn't mind sword dancing it, but I don't know if I'll... No, I will probably get an opportunity to do that next time he falls on his back. I'll do that. Oh god. The annoying thing is that the process of him pulling that towards him acts as an attack of sorts. And it can very easily hit you. It very easily hits me anyway. Alright, the abdomen is broken. It's not a very conspicuous break. Sort of a chipping of the, or almost claw-like aspect to the abdomen there. Calling it the claws is just wrong, but yeah. Trying to get Sword Dance out when I can, but I might have to wait until he gets his big junkyard robot out. I never bother using the Dragonator here. Some people do. Where is it again? It's over there, yeah. Forgot where the button is for it. But anyway. Bloody web. I might save Sword Dance for one of those weak points on his back. You guys are really going for the Dragonator? Bloody hell. It looked like you were anyway. Apparently I just got a new subscriber on YouTube, Titus Moore. You have been shouted out. It's not often that I shout out YouTube subscribers. Not because I don't want to, but rather because I very rarely get notifications for their subscription, but for that one I did, so there you go. Thanks for the subscription. I'm sorry if I pushed you guys off. It sort of looked like I had. If I did indeed just do that, then I'm very sorry. I'll try to get to this weak point without being thrown off. And I'm hoping to be able to use Sword Dance at that point. Well, I mean, I was doing nothing more than attacking the debris. So I suppose you could say I was responsible for knocking you off, but it didn't really feel like it. It felt like I was just playing the game. It's tight up here. When is this going to fucking break? I do understand that there's a bunch of cannon barrels here, but I think it's time that they disappeared. Alright, I'll use fucking Sword Dance. I've officially had it. There we go. Alright, I'll get in position for Chaos Oil. Hopefully I don't run too far. There we go. And that's broken. It's time for me to sharpen. Oh, I'm too far away from that. Of course, because I'm going Sword and Shield, I'll be getting flinched pretty hard here, but I'll get as many attacks out as I can. I managed to get a full combo out almost. There we go. Now for the final part of the fight. Trying to run up to him here. For fuck's sake. What's insane is that you can't actually consistently run in a specific direction to get to him during that scene, because the direction you'll run in changes during the scene. It's so stupid. I hate this giant wheel though. I did press the R button to shield, just for anyone who needed to know. Fucking hell. No fun to be had here. I could take a fucking snooze during this fight, honestly. It's not that the fight isn't dynamic, it's just that I've done it a number of times because everyone wanted to do Adulkar back when the game came out, and so I've just been left very bored as a result. Come on. Yeah, good on you, you fucking dick. Might as well life powder here. Save some of my potions. That's gonna catch me. It landed next to me, so the beginning of its hitbox was on me. Annoying as it is. Good knockdown. Not too worried about getting a mount off. I don't really go for mounts with sword and shield, although I should, if I wanted to do the best possible damage. But I'm not too worried about that. Not a terrible hunt, but wasn't a fun hunt. And I can say that at least. Excuse the hammering. It is intermittent. Thank you. Brilliant. My favourite thing. It wouldn't be a Doomlink recording without hammering. Again, I'm getting a lot of iridescent carapaces. 2 in one hunt. I'm telling you, I used to struggle terribly with getting those things when I needed them. And of course, now that I don't need them, they just flood into my inventory. Also, hello Beans. Alluring gems, I suppose, are kind of rare. You know, come to think of it, I don't get too many of those. I probably still only have... I still probably have less than 10. I will check out of interest, but... That's Hunter rank 880. Slowly approaching 900. You got 2 of them. Well, I suppose that would be in line with your luck. As it typically is. And it's Vernon's turn again. I'm going to see how many alluring gems I have. Let's see. 8. Less than 10 was correct. Ooh. The reason why I don't have many secret soul orbs is because I've used some. I've actually used a number of them. Ruby Dragon Mind Stones, 9. 7 Azure Dragon's Fires. 5 Heavenly Dragon's Fires. 9 Lao Mantles. 13 Conquest Spheres. 3 Ukanlos Stones. 21 Devil Joe Crooks. 3 Shagaru Mantles. That would be a lens. It is not. Sergio's lens is higher up. 5 Gormagala Mantles. 6 Regios Lens, 17 Tigrex Mantles, 9 Glavenus Palliums, 7 Mizutsune Palliums, 10 Gamoth Palliums, and I've used a lot of Gamoth Palliums actually, 7 Astalos Mantles, 8 Skymeralds, 13 Rathalos Mantles, 6 Raytheon Mantles, 6 Gravios Palliums, only 1 Bizarrios Pallium, which doesn't surprise me. I haven't fought too much Bizarrios. At least, well, I've probably fought about as much Bizarrios as I have Gravios, honestly. 7 Nagakuga Mantles, 4 Immortal Reactors, 10 Brachydios Palliums, 4 Uragan Palliums, 4 Laggy Mantles. And I guess that's all the significant rares anyway. 4 large Elder Dragon Gems, 109 large Wyvern Gems. I think I might have sold some large Wyvern Gems actually. I've only got 1 Fey Wyvern Gem, so... Don't take it out, what are you doing? What quest are we doing, Vernon? I've been trying to give you... Oh, skip. Okay, well... Autonomic is the quest poster. That's the last thing I need to hear. Skip. That means we'll be doing Adulkar sooner. Fuck me. Not that I'm opposed to assisting Bird Up Bro, but I am opposed to fighting that monster. While it was my suggestion to fight it for his benefit, that's still better than fighting, you know, a bunch of low rank and high rank Tigrex, so yeah. At least in the case of fighting Adulkar, I'll be able to get HRP. I don't want to fight it again, says Bird Up Bro. Well, there you go. We're about to find out what the quest is. Autonomic never announces what it is. So. Okay, it is a monster that I don't dislike, but a monster that I have fought a lot in this game. It is Raging Brachydios. I will gun. Is ice or water better for raging? I can't remember if it's still water, because it's water for regular Brachydios. So let's find out. Brachydium. Ice seems to be better, so I'll bring the Ice Light Bowgun. Water would be just as, well, not just as good necessarily, but it would still be quite effective. It is nice to see the Cedeus helm again. It's a nice little touch of try here in this game. Looking for you know what. There it is. I've been really lucky. I've actually had Exchanger in most of my hunts here, which is great. I've been having a dry spell recently, but today's the day that I start getting Exchanger in every hunt. There's been a build-up, and it's finally time for me to get them all. Okay, what am I getting? I'm getting ice shots if I have them. Do I have them? Looks like I've got plenty of water shots though. Freeze, here we go. And that should do me, I shouldn't need combinations. Yeah, that'll be fine. Vernon's got insurance, which is good. Apparently... Well, do you have enough to upgrade it? You said you got the thing you need, but that's an unupgraded weapon, so... I mean, it's a damn sight better than what you had, I'll give you that, but... Yeah... There is more to do. This can go from a passable weapon to a good weapon. His G rank armor set at the moment, autonomic, is Black Fatalis. Which does the job. He's got 795 defense, which is good enough. But it's only a starting point, it's not something that one should stick with. Oh dear. I'm gonna shift myself to the side a bit. As far as how long I will record, probably 2 hours. So about 35 more minutes. Alright. While I have fought a lot of Raging Brachydios, I will admit that it's been about 2 months since I last fought him. I don't know why you would be deeply concerned if Adalkar was male. I'm not really concerned about the gender, personally. That's like saying I'd be deeply concerned if this spider was male. While spiders are generally depicted as female, male spiders are a thing. As it so happens. Starting off with Pierce Freeze, I guess, unless I have Slicing. I think I have Slicing, don't I? Let's start with Slicing. That sounds like fun. If the concern was Adalkar being a human, then yeah, that would be concerning. That I do agree. It's always nice when your shot sails under the chin of the monster. Doing what I can to hit this head. I can alternatively aim for the tail. I don't mind hitting the tail, that's always fine, but I'd rather hit the face. I care more about the damage dealing than the cutting of things. I don't really need the tail cut. I can live without that. Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to reload in peace. This bowgun has a funny sound to it when you shoot it. It's almost like a clanging metallic sound. He's got a funny jump. It's like he flails his limbs around a little bit when he jumps. I guess it adds a sense of realism to it. He's trying to move through the air, and he does so by flinging his limbs around, but it looks very silly. Ugh, not doing too well with the accuracy. Again, it's worth mentioning that the reload speed is pretty slow with this particular light bowgun. You can see that even with reload speed +1, the reload's pretty slow here. I'm trying to get his head as frequently and consistently as I can. There we go. I've been rewarded. And I immediately follow that up with 2 missed attacks. Or 2 missed shots in that case. But yeah, this shouldn't be a very lengthy hunt. I think our damage output's reasonable. Kept on turning away from me. I feel like the tail would be a good elemental weak point, but I can't say that for sure. Trying to detonate that fist so that it doesn't detonate on someone. There we go. I do have Bullet Geyser at the ready should it be necessary for it to be used. Can use it now maybe. Probably should have saved it for a dangerous situation, but I feel like I wanted to deal the damage, so. And now it's time for freeze level 1. I have to be careful here because rapid fire is always a little more dangerous because you're stuck in one place for longer. Fortunately, there's actually no wait time. So, at the very least I have that going for me. It's not as bad as, for example, the fire light bow gun that I use, which has a bit of wait time after the rapid fire. My accuracy here leaves a bit to be desired. Can't believe that applied blast to me. Slimy tail. One of the reasons why, I think it's, is it 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so because it's only 3 shots on the rapid fire, there is no real wait time after the shot has taken place. But in the case of the fire light bow gun, I think it's 4 or 5 shots. It might not be 5 shots, that might be older mod standard. You might not get as many as 5 shots on a rapid fire in 4th gen. I'm pretty sure the Rathalos light bow gun of old, you know, pre-3rd gen, had 4 or, no, 5, excuse me, rapid fire shots. Hopefully we don't kill him in the lava. I should be smart enough than that. Smarter than that. There we go. Sadly, no trap can be dropped here because we are in the Ingle Isle. But we don't really need one. I was mentioning a trap because he is, or was in this case, exhausted, but He's already dead. Pretty well done. Don't think we had a death, did we? Nope. Unless someone did die and insurance has displayed no deaths, but I don't recall seeing a death, so I'd say that's job well done. There's another Brachydios pallium from the shiny. If a person's hunting this monster, generally they'll want immortal reactors, but anyway, I'll take it. Yeah, he's good to pierce. He sponges a lot. Alright. Now, the ultimate question is, what is our next hunt? I don't know. Make a dash juice, and I suppose I'll top up my drinks. And whetstones. No, I'm not going to sharpen my gun with whetstones. Of course not. Well, it's your turn now, but I'm just wondering what you would want to hunt. Bird up, bro. Ugh. Unless it is Atalcar. Which will require drastic action. Of course you're going to hunt what's going to benefit you, that is a given, it is your turn. I will bring something. Lance. Lance could be fun. Do I have a blunt thunder lance? Let's see. I don't think I do. This is unupgraded. That'll be pretty good for a blunt set later on, but for now, no. That's also, I think, intended to be blunt. I'm not sure. Maybe not. That's good for blunt. I seem to recall that I just don't have many blunt thunder weapons because there aren't any appropriate blunt thunder weapons. It reminds me of awakened weaponry, in the sense that so many awakened weapons just didn't have decent... Excuse me, so many awakened weapons didn't have thunder options. So... yeah. I suppose that... I could alternatively... No, I will just use a standard thunder spear. Let's just do that. We'll bring Kid in... well, Thunder Lancer it's called. We shall go with that. Alrighty. I'm gonna, you know, have a snooze, wake me up when it's over. Seriously. Not seriously, of course. It would be very hard to play while asleep. And it would only go on for longer if I didn't contribute, so... I will do what I can to assist the hunt to its conclusion. Assist in the hunt to its conclusion. Exchanger again. Without fail. I think it's been every single hunt so far. I have managed to get Exchanger, it's great. And when I say get Exchanger, I mean have the option for it. I ensure that I get it if there's an option for it, but yeah, it's been an option every time. It's great. Powder Keg Nova. Autonomic is using... Oh. See, his Lagiacrus Guard X looked like a weapon, but it's just, you know, the guard of his arm, of his gauntlet. I was wondering, what's that sword and shield? A good level to upgrade your greatsword to is the max level, which I believe is 3. If you really can't do that, then 2 is fine. Your aim should be to max upgrade anything that you have. That's the objective in a Monster Hunter game, because otherwise you're doing less damage than you could be. Some people find that they should deal max damage based on what they choose. Well, not even. What they choose is dictated by what deals most damage, but in my case, and in the case of most hunters, the idea is to get the most damage out of what they have selected to use, and that would be leveling it up to the max level. I should have counted that. Well, I was really hoping to be hit for once. I was really hoping to be hit. This should be good fun. I'm actually enjoying using a lance on this monster, because he really telegraphs all of his attacks, so it's quite easy to counter him. Oh, I'm a bit worried about being hit by this thing. So what happened there? What was he doing? If you're doing something that's making it harder for other people to play the game, don't do that. The solution is not to have the other person move. The solution is to make sure that you're not attacking your teammates. That's the way you do it. There's no ifs or buts about it, that's the reality. You're playing in a team environment, so if you're messing up the team, you have to change what you're doing. That's how it always has been and always will be. And that's not some sort of novel idea that I just came up with on a whim. That is the courtesy of Monster Hunter. So he pulled a... I'm going to hit this person into the next room even though they're probably AFK and not ready to fight yet. That's always nice. Yeah, don't do that. But it turns out the scenario isn't what I thought it was. It was just Bunga attacking Vernon so that he gets pushed from the camp into the fighting area even though he was AFK. And he was AFK precisely because he's at work and sometimes he has to do things that don't involve playing the game. So... I will find an appropriate opportunity to use Corkscrew Jab. That probably would have been a good time to do it. Oh, I just lost a lot of health there. Just that little hop that Adolkar did was enough to deal, like, I don't know, 30% of my health. That was pretty ridiculous. I'd better heal up, honestly. I will shield assault this one. Can you please just accept my button input, game? That'd be great. I didn't think that was a big ask for you to register my button input. Honestly. He is passing through me. He does not really exist. Don't worry about flinching me, by the way, I'm a lance user. That's what happens when you're using a lance, you get flinched by everyone. There we go. I will try to Corkscrew Jab the first weak point that I come across once I get onto the back. Surprisingly, lance is allowing me to enjoy the process a little bit. I've come to realise that I don't often use lance here. And it's good, it's effective. Now, Vernon, had you done a Wyvern Fire which prevented me from succeeding in using my Corkscrew Jab, I probably would have screamed. I might have melted and all sorts of things. A lot of things would have happened had you Wyvern Fired me out of my Corkscrew Jab. Unfortunately, the person that we are doing this quest for is no longer here, so that's always great. If it wasn't already yes, you did just disconnect. So that's always great. Oh, he's falling down there. That just means that you lost connection. If you can see on the stream, the hunt is still in progress. The reason why it says that we all exited is because they allow you to continue playing. It's just we have left your session, but in reality, you have left the session, because we are all still connected to one another, but you have disconnected. Now, it'd be good if they could differentiate between, you know, an actual exiting of the game and a disconnect. But that's Monster Hunter. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is not the time to be reading the chat. I've got a giant wheel swinging around. This has been a faster hunt than the last one, though. And I know why. It's because we didn't have a cat. Ow. I actually should have used shield assault. Yeah? No, we'll use it now. See, I didn't intend to hold that charge. Anyway. Ow. Shield Assault is charging up quite frequently, which is good. Finding the opportunity to do a corkscrew jab will be hard at this stage of the fight. I don't know if he can be knocked on his back here. He might be able to be knocked down like that, but we will see. See, I didn't mean for that. It was the exact same situation as last time. You need to actually hold the button for it to do a charge, otherwise you just sort of bring the shield out for a brief moment. I was intending to only bring the shield out for a brief moment, but whatever. That was a good finisher there, Vernon. I saw that was a Wyvern Fire kill. Very nice. Was not a Wyvern Fire? Oh well. It was a charged shell, I suppose. I guess I didn't get to see the whole thing. Fuck me. I haven't said that in ages. It's been like a year since I've said that. You say sadly, it was a releasing of all 5 of my shells at the same time. Well, it doesn't matter what it was. It was an explosion from your gun lance that involved the shells. That's good enough. It's my time, or rather my turn, to get an alluring gem. It's my 9th. I will be doing one more hunt, which will not be Atlkar. I regret to say, Bunga, although you may feel that you are deserving of another Atlkar because you disconnected, I regret to say that I don't want to do 2 in a row. And I would do more than one hunt after this point, but I said that I was finishing in 2 hours. But, yeah. So therefore, I suppose it would be autonomic posting. But let me tell you that there will be many people wanting to hunt Atlkar. My turn, says Vernon. You do realise why I said that it was autonomic's turn, don't you? It's because you skipped last time. I don't know what's changed between now and then, but you are free to post if you'd like to, yes. Oh no. Soulseer capture. Well, at least it's a G-rank deviant. You know what? Fuck off, he says. Come on. Don't be so silly. Let me inform you of something, Bird Up Bro, for the benefit of your learning experience in this game. Atlkar is the most... it is the monster that is in the highest demand. You will find an Atlkar room just like that. I've done 2 of your Atlkar for your benefit, even though he is one of the monsters that I want to hunt the least. So, if you take issue with the fact that I don't want to do 2 Atulkar, in other words a third one, twice in a row, just because you happen to disconnect from that hunt, even though you will have no difficulties getting into another room with people who want to hunt Atulkar, given that he is a monster that everyone wants to fight at your hunter rank, then you're not going to be getting any apologies from me. So, enjoy yourself. I'd recommend that you develop some level of maturity. If you're going to tell me to fuck off on that basis. It's pathetic. I'm not going to kneel before you and help you in that way. It's pathetic behavior and you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, we'll try to bring Juvenator in if he is available to hunt. Unfortunately, I'll have to kick YS Chan, but I'll have to make sure that Juvenator is actually available to come before I do that. Almost out of gin, I regret to say. That's alright. Can't last forever. Okay, Juvenator is not available to join, which is good because, well, not good in that he can't come, but rather I didn't end up kicking this guy for no reason. That's a good thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cavenator has returned. That's fine. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right, it's, Solcia G1, that's right. What? You failed this quest every time you've done it? Solcia G1? Surely you failed on the basis that you've killed it instead of captured it, not because you've actually died? In which case, I would suggest that a paramount set would make it harder. What? No, Vernon. You have to understand, Vernon, it's going to be harder to succeed in capturing him if he's just getting paralyzed and mounted constantly. We're not going to see him limp. Or at the very least it would, unless someone's got Capture Guru. If someone's got Capture Guru, then that's great, but... Well, let me tell you now that this is not a hard fight, so... I'm sorry that you've had negative experiences, but yeah, this is not the sort of all the hunts we've done so far, this is the least appropriate for your paramount set. But if you really want to do it, then sure. Like, this is the least appropriate by a phenomenal margin, because the best way to fail a capture quest is to have the monster locked down. So that doesn't guarantee that we're going to fail, but I'm just letting you know that you've added an element of difficulty to this that didn't need to be there. So, Thunder, I suppose, would be my element of choice here. Not all Deviant monsters are capture quests, Beans. Usually the G1, or the first one of G rank for your Deviant quests, will be a capture quest. I think that's usually the only one that you'll have. There's probably one capture quest for the high rank and for the G rank, obviously. There would only be one if it's a G rank Deviant already. I'm surprised that YS Chan has stuck around. He's one of the few patient people out there in this community. How good is that, though? We help out that guy with Adulkar, and because I don't want to do a second one in a row for a total of 3 for my last hunt today, he tells me to fuck off and then leaves. With no thank you for any assistance rendered. I mean, what a stupid bastard, honestly. What an absolute embarrassment. Anyway. Oh, there's the hammer ring again. That's Bob the Builder saying, I concur. He can't vocalize that, so he has to bang his hammer in agreement. Juvenator says he was an ungrateful piece of shit, which is correct. Anyway, imagine being such a A pathetic person. It just goes to show that you probably shouldn't dedicate time to help people you don't know, because there is a chance that they are complete and utter fucking idiots. It's possible, and unfortunately that's what happened in this case. My general rule is not to go out of my way to help such people, but in the end it was a turn's room, I suppose, so it was what it was, but I could have overruled the posting of Adalkar, but I chose not to because I at least wanted to help him out with getting a G-rank weapon. The guy's walking into Elder Dragon hunts with a weapon that wouldn't even be appropriate for high rank, much less endgame G-rank. So, there you go. But whatever. He's a fucking Rise player, so who would have expected more? That's Guy. What? Cavenate, are you telling Vernon to fuck off? Oh. Don't type it as if you are. Oh dear. Anyway. No, I was more entertained by that guy's insolence than annoyed or offended. So, if anything, it's taught me not to go out of my way to help people who just don't, or that I don't know at all. He followed me, so I thought, you know, I'll respond to his expression of interest in what I do, but yeah, that wasn't worth it, was it? In the end. I fought one of my least favourite Generations Ultimate monsters twice and got told to fuck off, so that was my reward. Never again. A precedent has been set, ladies and gentlemen, and I can refer to it every time I choose not to help people I don't know. So yeah, Soulseer G1 I haven't done in a while actually. Whenever I'm doing Soulseer it's usually higher levels of it. But I'm kind of sick of doing Soulseer anyway, because the reality is I did a lot of my own Soulseer, and a friend of mine also did quite a bit of Soulseer with me because I wanted to get him a Soulseer weapon, because he really likes Mizutsune. But yeah, here I am. Cavenator does not like Soulseer. Radio. I think he's an alright monster, I'm just sick of fighting him. That's what I'd say to that. Going to rip a shield out of this. Right on the claw, which is good. For maximum elemental damage. Yeah, the Soulseer light bowgun is very good. Very good. So if that's your objective, that's a pretty damn good objective to have, Vernon, because it's very good. It's an incredible water light bowgun. It shoots so much internal water. And you can even rapid fire PS1 water. PS water level 1, there you go. That's what I was meaning to say. Well, I guess I whiffed that, but I was about to run out of red shield, so at least I tried. Ow. Oh, look. Where's he limping to? I didn't know he limped this way. Setting down a trap. In you go. Come on. You are dancing on this trap. Can you please get into it? Come on. Come on. Look at him. He's actually making fun of us. I think that's 5 tranks that have been thrown now. I think he might be capturable. Or rather, I think he might be sufficiently tranked. Yeah, that was, I think, 5 or 6 tranks thrown there, just for good measure, you know. Apparently, Cavenator rage quit Generations Ultimate because Juvenator trolled him with a longsword or something. I don't know. And he seems to regret having said that. Anyway. Hopefully the chroma key didn't... well, the chroma key's still just okay. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's not noticeably bad. I say that because I've lost a bit of natural lighting since then. You know what I'm going to do? Just to spite that guy. Just to spite that guy who left. I'm going to keep hunting. Vernon left. You're welcome to come back if you want, Vernon. I'm going to do like 1 or 2 more hunts. I was going to finish up after this one, but I want to spite that guy, so I'm going to do 1 or 2 more. Because, yeah, I gave notice of the fact that I was finishing in 35 minutes and like on the 2-hour mark, and he still got upset, so what I can do is keep recording because it's funny. Well, yeah, I did say that I was going to be done, but oh, Yus-chan is going to post apparently. Is Juvenator going to come? If you want to come, you can. I will remove YS-chan. I mean, I sort of feel bad doing it, but... Sorry, Chan. To be fair, there's nothing in the room information that would suggest that it's a turns room, so I will say that. But yeah, I want to bring Juvenator in because he's been watching the whole time, probably hoping to play and hasn't been able to, but now he can, so I'll bring him in. Cavenator is responding with an angry face. Alright, so I guess Autonomic can post? And then we'll let Juvenator post and then I think I'll finish up. I don't really need to continue much further than that. Juvenator is offering his greetings through gesture. What have we got here? Lügen and vérité? Vérité? I can't fucking speak French. Vérité? Vérité? Point is, some French word and some German word. Looks like we're doing Durambo Rose. Autonomic is actually allergic to hyper monsters, so we are doing just standard Durambo Rose, so we will do that. I suppose I could use... Well, I could try using a fire blunt weapon. How about... Well, I don't know if I'd want to use sword and shield, but I could. Not that sword and shield, but rather blunt sword and shield, because when I was thinking of blunt fire weapons, the first thing that come into my mind was this, but I don't think I would want to use sword and shield against Duramboros, so... Oh, you want to actually clear this quest? Well, that's fine. That's quite alright. Is there a fire blunt lance that I have? I don't think so. I do have a list of the weapons that I have. You know what I can do? I can, if I want to go blunt lance, I can do this. It's not going to start off with a boost in damage, but it will get one once the blue sharpness drops to green. And it's a pretty good lance for blunt, I will say. Yeah, Duramboros is weakest to fire, elementally speaking. Alright. Did I get Exchanger this time? I did. I'm telling you, I'm getting Exchanger every time. It's crazy. Oh dear. Well, we had a bit of entertainment today at least. Something a bit different to the norm. That's not to say that it's not usually entertaining, but the entertainment was different from the norm. Autocorrect is not going to have you type yesh instead of yes. That's not how that works, Cavenator. If anything, that would be a lack of autocorrect. Anyway. Try to get on this tail here. The sooner I drop down to green sharpness, the better. I'm going to attack you guys because right now I'm being terribly assaulted. That's not what I wanted. Not even close to being what I wanted. Oh dear. Oh well. Apparently you don't want to slam your tail. I was ready for it, that's why he didn't do it. He knew that I was ready for it, so there was no reason to do it. I'm pretty sure that I was in position for a successful counter there, but sure. This is not going well so far. I find it hard to imagine wiping one's ass with one's own hands, but... Is that something you've done today, Cavenator? Do you have experience in doing that? What was it like? I can't imagine it being very successful. Doesn't sound very pleasant overall. How it relates to anything that's going on here I couldn't say, but... Who says it needs to be relevant to this? I'm trying to get a good enraged guard. The problem with that is that it's ZL plus B, which I'm not used to. My fingers don't know what to do when it comes to that. I almost never have 3 Hunter Arts. See, if I were to enrage guard that would be almost no damage at all. Because the amount of damage that you get out of enraged guard is proportionate to the amount of damage that you would have taken if you were hit by the attack that you blocked with enraged guard. That's how it works. Alright, so I don't know if I've seen a successful application of poison. I have seen it. Now that I've looked, I've seen it. So, at least we're succeeding in that regard. Enraged guard. No, I fucked it up. Completely fucked it up. Unfortunately, I can't counter the tail slams because if you counter the impact of the tail slam, you fail to block the tremor. So you don't get hit, but you do get the effects of tremor, which is really annoying. So you can't actually successfully counter it, is the point. Enraged Guard charges up pretty quickly, so I will have another chance to get this right. Oh. I don't really like Lance with Duramboros, to be completely honest, but I just felt like using Lance in the end. Alright, Enraged Guard is almost charged. I'll try to find a good time to use Corkscrew Jab if I can. I don't have Enraged Guard charged yet. This would have been a good time to use it. Wouldn't have been the best possible attack, but there we go, just knocked him down. This is a Corkscrew Jab moment. Right in the weak point. Very good. You don't get a better opportunity than that. Take it easy, Autonomic. I'm not in position to get hit by that, so I won't Enraged Guard it. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's a good Enraged Guard. That's probably max damage there. Sadly, I didn't get Enraged Guard until the end of the fucking fight, basically, but at least I got it in the end. Also, can we just comment on how ugly this fucking lance is? It is one of the ugliest lances in the entire series. It's just terrible. Do excuse the background noise, by the way. But yeah, look how fucking gross this thing is. Absolutely filthy. Just making sure that I'm in position to attack the legs. I'd love to kill him, actually, while spinning. I don't think I've ever killed a Duramboros while spinning. That would be a new one. A new experience, for sure. And to get it on camera would be a delight, but it didn't happen, I'm sad to say. Alright. What is that? I think that's Bob the Builder on the fence line with some plank of wood. Thanks, Bob. Alright, one more hunt, and then that'll do me. So more like 2.5 hours than 2 hours. Again, just to spite that delightful ingrate. And over an Atulkar of all things. A monster that basically everyone wants to hunt. Well, seemingly everyone. Boo fucking who. So, what will you post, Juvenator, or are we going to skip your turn? It's over to you, I don't mind. Alright. Let's see if we can get Exchanger one more time. When am I going to play 3U again? Soon. It has been a while, hasn't it? Maybe next time. I've just been trying to focus on Generations Ultimate because I'm getting kind of close to 999, but I would like to play 3 Ultimate again soon. I'll try to make sure that it's a time when N10 can play. Because, of course, he does play 3 Ultimate and he's got a good character there, so I'll try to link up with whenever N10 can play. I'll give him... I'll let him know when I'm next going to play 3 Ultimate. Unfortunately, I do not have Exchanger, at least not as far as I can tell. Let's see what Deviant Hunt is going to be posted this time. It's going to be a surprise, no doubt. There's going to be something like, I don't know, Drill Tusk. The point being that Juvenator is always doing deviants. If you weren't intending on posting a deviant, then don't change your plans for me. Please. I think I can live without a deviant hunt. I think I'll be alright. I think I'll be alright. Do you have the medium crown yet? Probably. Oh no, he doesn't have the medium crown yet. That's surprising. Oh. Okay, Seregios. Sure. That's fine. What should I use? I will go ranged. I'll actually use Light Thunder. As in Thunder Light Bowgun. Light Thunder probably wouldn't mean much to some people. But in the case of most of you, I'd say you probably know what I'm referring to. And if you didn't know, you found out pretty quickly. Because I both clarified verbally and also in-game selected what I was talking about. No need to be confused. That's correct, that guy was Hunter rank 74 and had a low rank greatsword in G rank. You are correct. You know, the guy was not the smartest. Okay. It wasn't his first Monster Hunter game. And he was using a low rank fucking weapon in G rank. With as high of a Hunter rank as 74, so... yeah. It just goes to show what you can expect of the Rise crowd. Definitely a low-functioning human being. Because again, there's game sense and there's common sense. There's being good or bad at the game, and then there's being, you know, a fucking idiot. That's encroaching upon the fucking idiot territory. Thunder shots is what we want. Oops. Supply drops. Jeez. I've said this before, but I've never used one of the supply drops before. I've never felt that that was necessary. It's an interesting system, I don't have a problem with the system, but I've never made use of it myself. Yeah, he was definitely carried by someone. By randoms, possibly. If not, then by people who clearly didn't know what the fuck was going on. Either with him or in the game itself. Okay. I'm an idiot. And I will tell you why. I have resentment with this armor set, you see. And I had an opportunity to constantly be in red health from the heat of this location. But sadly, I am not going to be in red health for my benefit. Because I, out of habit, drank a cool drink. I mean, it starts off in an area that's not hot, this particular quest, but still. That's a shame. I'd better not see his name again, says Juvenator. Well, I'll try to keep his name in mind. If I see him again, I'll let him know he's a fucking fool. And then, I don't know, that'll probably be the end of it. Surprisingly, Seregios was getting antsy. He was like, no one's here, so I'm moving on. Hi Katsuki, good to see you. Oh, fuck off. But yeah, so here's an example of me being able to make use of the heat of the area to be in constant red health, and I unfortunately am not able to do that because of my cool drink. I can't remove my cool drink unless I intentionally die, and I think that would be going a bit far. I don't think that would be very helpful. I don't try to make use of resentment every time with this armor set. I only do it if I'm in a location where I will lose health from the heat. Because, you know, intentionally poisoning yourself or harming yourself to get red health is annoying. It's more trouble than it's worth, so... Unless I can use the environment to my advantage in that way, yeah, it's not something I would bother with. Well, I wouldn't even say that as a recommendation to someone else. I'm speaking strictly for myself, I just don't do it. That was a very quick knockdown. Sorry, Seregios. Unfortunately, now that I'm in Thunder level 2, I have to be a little more accurate with my shooting. Again, for anyone who doesn't know, this will be the last hunt of this recording. Fortunately, these Cephalos are no longer sponging my hits. Thankfully. I don't think he's going to last very long. This is a non-hyper, he's basically going to die here. I can't quite say one-zoned. Does it count as a one-zone if he's technically moved? We can call that a one-zone. I'll call that a one-zone. But, yeah, that was definitely a beatdown. That's something that can't really be argued. Good hunt, though. This is the reason why I generally don't want to do non-hyper monsters with a full G rank team. If we've got 3 people, we don't need to do a hyper hunt. But with 4 people dealing lots of damage, I generally don't want to do non-hyper, because it's too fast. It's actually too fast. I'm not about the challenge, I'm about, you know, feeling like I'm actually hunting something. And... yeah, that was a bit too fast. But yeah, that was a fun recording, for sure. Not entirely fun, because I ended up having to hunt Adulkar twice, but at least it wasn't 3 times. Okay. With that... oh, whoops, I didn't mean to take that. Oh, that's my second gold crown small, at least my second gold crown small. But yeah, I do thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time I'm playing Monster Hunter or anything else that you'd like to watch that I'm recording. Bye bye for now, and Bob says bye bye as well.